Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Ringside Report MMA. Tonight on the show, we are previewing UFC Vegas 46, Johnny Walker versus Jamahal Hill. And we'll also be talking about Knucklemania 2. Knucklemania. I know everybody's hyped for Knucklemania. And what's next for Israel Adesanya? We'll get AJ in here. We'll get Freddie in here. And we'll talk about fighting.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah. I blanked on who
I'm here
Johnny
to talk
Walker...
Daytona 500.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about that, too. I blanked on who Johnny Walker's fighting this weekend, which tells you how interested I am in this fight card. Not a great
it's
fight
gonna be
card.
a good one.
All right, get the fuck...
What? Johnny Walker, man. What's up, homies?
Jamahal.
Jamal.
Jamahal.
Jamahal. I'm addicted to Jamahal.
Everybody's jamming. I love jam. And I like Jamahal.
Keep singing the song. Everybody's jamming. How does that go, AJ?
Jamming. Let's jam.
Uh-oh, Fred, we lost you. We lost Fred's volume again. Fred, what happened? We lost your audio.
The karaoke singer, man. Look
Fred
at this
had
guy
it
go.
fixed.
Freddie,
It's
you
weird.
okay?
Fred
Look,
fixed it.
He's gone, man.
You remember?
Freddie's
AJ?
frozen.
This was happening
I
the
don't know
other
what
day,
happened.
and then Fred fixed it, and now as soon as we start the show, it's happened again.
Boom.
Hold on. Let's bring
Listen,
it back.
man, if
Fred,
you notice,
Freddie,
like,
you with us?
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
you're there, bud.
There you go.
I don't know. The only thing I did was plug my charger because I saw like my alert that said less than 20%
Oh, yeah.
on my iPhone. So I don't know, man.
Don't worry about it.
I got an old iPhone. I feel like you should buy me a new iPhone, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that
Sure.
idea.
Great.
Sure, why not? Yeah. Hit us up on Super Chat so we could buy Fred a new iPhone, okay? Support the Ringside Report Network. Go to join.ringsidereport.net. Hit us up on Super Chat. Angelo is a member of the team. He knows. There you go. What's up, Angelo? What's up, Brooklyn Lizard? Thank you for joining us here tonight. We're going to preview the fights here, Jamahal Hill versus Johnny Walker coming up on Saturday. We've also got Kyle Dawkins versus Jamie Pickett in the co-main event. And that really should tell you everything about this card. Who is in the co-main event? Who? And then if you go down the card, it's just like, what? Who? Okay.
Why?
And why? And why? Really, why? A lot of why. Bellator is doing a show. Bellator at the Mohegan Sun. Neiman Gracie versus
That'll be good.
Logan Storley. You don't even know who he's fighting, Gracie.
Yeah, I do know Storley. I've been up to date, man.
Yeah. I said a guy, Gracie, his last name, and you're like, oh, that's good. I'm in. AJ's in.
Yeah, that's all that counts. Yeah, as long as it has Gracie, you know I'm in, man. You know it's going to be a good fight. But I do know Storley, man. This is going to be actually a good fight. I'm going to be watching it. It's exciting, man. Actually, this is a pretty decent main card. I'm looking forward to the Johnny Walker fight. I'm always looking forward to Johnny Walker fighting. But when I hear Gracie, man, you know I'm watching that over Walker. Guaranteed. But Storley, again, I know him. Like, he's a good wrestler, this guy, man. This is going to be a pure grappling, well, maybe wrestling to grappling match, man.
Or they just, avoid that and stand up. A lot of times when two good grapplers fight each other, they just decide, why wrestle a Gracie? Why not stand with a Gracie? To me, I would not want to take a Gracie down. I'd want to punch him in the face because, taking a Gracie down historically has not been good for people. Has not worked that well.
Look, man, listen, man, what people forgot is that the Gracies, man, from the Valley Tudo times, they were good stand-up strikers as well, man. Like, they had, they had decent striking. And if you look at Gracie, man, he won by TKO in his last fight against Mark Lemminger. Who's that? Is that my little guy? He just busted through the door, that little kid. You ever see the Tasmanian Devil?
Yes.
I got a real one right here.
I believe you.
Stand back, you beast. Stand back. Put the chains on him.
Wow.
Jesus.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
You never grew up as an Italian. Listen, if you grew up as an Italian or a Greek, you know, man. The Cutella. Angelo knows.
I don't know what that is. All right, so we've got Bellator coming up Saturday, UFC in Vegas, Hill versus Walker, Knucklemania 2, which is a bare-knuckle boxing event happening Saturday. The guy, Let Me Bang from The Ultimate Fighter. Remember that guy? Let me bang, bro. Just let me bang. Your kid's
I
going
know the
bananas,
porn,
AJ. Your kid's going nuts right now.
You think I was joking, man?
You don't remember that guy? Let me bang, bro. Just let me bang. He was like,
Yeah.
Remember? He's fighting Mike
I
Perry.
remember.
He's fighting Mike Perry in the main event of this Knucklemania event in Florida.
That's
What's
going to
his
be
name?
exciting,
'Cause I was
actually.
gonna say I don't remember his name. Like I
Julian
remember
Lane.
the catchphrase.
Yeah, Julian Lane. Let me bang.
Yeah, let me bang, bro. Let me bang.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to get banged up already in a bare knuckle match with Mike Perry. I mean, that could be quite interesting, man. And
Mike
Mike Perry,
Mike Perry showed up to
He
the
can
press
bang.
conference for this thing with a baseball bat.
what?
Yeah. So it's off to a good start. Kind of a freak
but
show
you know
event.
what?
Former UFC
Listen, man,
title
this-
challenger Chad Money Mendez, one of the better
For
He's
real?
on this?
UFC featherweights, is on this. He'll be taking on
Wow.
Joshua Alvarez. It'll be Money Mendez BKFC debut, his debut in bare knuckle boxing. And Mendez was mostly a wrestler, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but
I'm always surprised for those because I'm like, there's an MMA promotion out there for Chad Mendez. Maybe his UFC career is over, but somebody out there must want him to fight for them, and he goes to bare knuckle. I don't know. Those are weird decisions for me.
But you know
But
what,
hey,
Freddie?
it's the money.
Look, there's good
It's
money.
The money.
There's
I
money,
think.
man.
And
There's
Mendez,
good money.
Mendez' last fight was against Alexander Volkanovski, where he lost by TKO in 2018. I mean, the last time he fought was against the world champion, and he lost. But, I mean, that was 2018, and now he's back. I know he was suspended for a bit, right? He tested positive for something. He was suspended for a couple of years, but that was in 2016. He came back after that 2-year absence, won a fight, lost a fight, and then I guess got cut from the UFC, and I don't know where he's been ever
time
since.
flies.
36 years old, and now he's making his bare-knuckle boxing debut coming up on Saturday. I hope he wins, but who knows? Who knows?
Man, he's fighting at 155 pounds, so we'll see what happens.
Super chat. Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a super chat asking, using your Juliana Pena crystal ball, is there a way to make money on Saturday, or should I not risk it? Now, that is a good question, and thank you, Patrick. And obviously, it's directed towards me because it's a Juliana Pena crystal ball. And
Yeah, but you don't have a crystal ball. I got a crystal ball.
yeah, but I was the only one who picked Pena to win, and you guys all said I was crazy. And Patrick won money, and I won money. So he's asking about the fights on Saturday as far as the UFC. Honestly, I don't see a lot of advantages here, but I do like Stephanie Egger over Jessica Rose Clark as an underdog pick. I'll just give you a quick pick here, Patrick, since you dropped the super chat. I wasn't going to get to the UFC preview. I wasn't going to give you this pick till later on, but Patrick drops a super chat. He gets a preview. I like Stephanie Egger, plus 155 over Jessica Rose Clark, minus 180. I think Egger is a superior grappler and will get takedowns and come through as an underdog. But other than that, I don't really see a lot of advantages. I like Jamahal Hill over Johnny Walker, but even then I'm not sure. Because Walker's dangerous. Walker's always dangerous. Not a lot of great fights on this card, so not a lot of ways to make money. But I do like Stephanie Egger as an underdog. I think she's worth a look, but not, don't break the bank on Stephanie Egger. But definitely worth a look as an underdog pick. When I was looking at this card, that was the best value for my money that I saw. We'll get to that. We'll get to AJ's picks and Fred's picks and the parlay for UFC Vegas 47 coming up. But first, I wanted to start the show. Angelo mentioning it. My deepest sympathies to you and your family, AJ, on the loss of Uncle Benny. And I just want to give a shout-out to Uncle Benny and the DeLesio family and offer our condolences to you and the family, AJ. Very sad that Uncle Benny passed away over the weekend. And, yeah, he was
Great guy, man.
He was a part of the team. He was a part of the show. Uncle Benny's wine. We had UFC fighters coming into the studio drinking Uncle Benny's wine.
Professional chefs.
We were drinking Uncle Benny's wine. It was great. This guy made the best homemade wine. And he felt like he was the official uncle of Ringside Report. You know, like he was our guy. He was Uncle Benny. We talked about him. He was like a character on the show. Even though I'd never actually met Uncle Benny, I felt like I knew him. I drank his wine.
He knew you,
I
man.
know he liked the show. He knew me, you know. And, yeah, so I was sad, AJ, and I'm sure not as sad as you are. And my condolences to you and the whole family, man. Sad that we lost Uncle Benny, who, like I said, he's a member of the Ringside Report team. So he'll be missed.
And it's too bad, you know, because, you know, Uncle Benny is like, you know, he's like my great uncle's second dad and whatnot. Again, he was part of the show, like in many ways. And you're right, man. A lot of MMA fighters drank Uncle Benny's wine. Olivier Aubin Mercier, I'll never forget, man, with Uncle Benny's wine. He was like, he got juiced. And, you know, we had chefs that liked it. Yeah, man. A lot of, everybody liked it. Kung Fu Panda, man. You name it, man. They drank his wine. But the thing that it's unfortunate because of COVID and everything, what he wanted to do is he wanted to do a cookout for us because he was an amazing chef, you know. He was a great grill master and, you know, he made great wine. But he wanted to do a Ringside Report party, you know, which unfortunately he never got a chance to do. But,
yeah,
you know, all to say is, man, I'm going to miss this guy. He was a character on the show. But, you know, it's crazy, man. It's the way it is in life. But like he always says, man, you know, you just carry on. And, you know, I'm going to miss him. But I'm glad he was part of the show. He loved our show. He listened to our show. He used to crack up. He thought we were nuts. But the thing is that, like, he got into MMA really, you know, through me. But the interesting part about Uncle Benny, even though he was like, he looked very young, he was 89 years old, man. He was up there. But he used to be a guy who did karate and taekwondo when he was young. So he liked the martial art world. And that's what he loved about our show, man. He liked that aspect. And he started to get into it. He started to get to know Connor and George. And thanks again for the awesome, talks yesterday on Uncle Benny on the wrestling show. Everybody appreciated it.
Well, you know, glad to do it. And the guy was obviously a force in your life and a force on the show. And yeah, sad. And, you know, I'm doing this show banged up. You know I'm banged up, AJ. And
Dave is banged up, man.
I am.
He's like an MMA fighter. Look at this. Show them, Dave.
I got a crutch. I'm on a crutch.
That's what happens when you do jiu-jitsu with AJ. Dave learned the hard way, man.
That's not what happened. I slipped on ice.
Yeah,
and
real? I didn't
fell,
know.
Yeah, and I sprained my ankle. I'm all banged up.
Dave is fucked up, man.
And I have
Big time.
I have like a fever right now. I have some sort of cold or something. So I'm like,
That's because I kissed
up.
him on the lips.
Yeah, I'm beat up. I'm sick and broken. But and I considered like an hour before the show, I was like, maybe we don't do the show. But I pushed through because
but you're a trooper,
we
man.
had to do the show for Uncle Benny. So I'm here for Uncle Benny. All right.
Thanks, bud. And the show must go on, man. The show
certainly
must
not
go on
here
regardless.
to talk about this
If
garbage.
you have an extra bottle, AJ, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I do have an extra bottle, and what we're gonna do is in our next get together, hopefully like soon, and we can get like the whole gang. We'll crack it open and we'll drink, man.
Yeah.
Uncle Benny liked his wine, man, so I'll continue drinking it for him.
I've got a bottle in my kitchen, and it's a treasure now. Uncle Benny's wine. Unfortunately, we won't get any more. So rest in peace to Uncle Benny. You will be missed. Johnny Walker, Jamahal Hill. I'm definitely not here for those guys. Who cares? Johnny Walker at one point looked great. You know, he looked like a world beater. He was smashing everybody. He knocked everybody out. Right, like he was just smashing everybody. And then Corey Anderson came through. Oh, you remember that, AJ? When I told you Corey Anderson was going to beat Johnny Walker and you didn't believe me, and then he did? You remember that? That was a good one.
You know what? That's the thing with Johnny Walker. Remember when he first came out, what did I say? This guy is going to be the future of the UFC. And ever since he did that stupid super worm, when he busted his shoulder, his career went south, man. Let's be honest. He was doing well, and I think there was some issue with that shoulder that still carries on.
I don't know.
See, that's what you say. I say it's the competition that just got better, and maybe he wasn't up to that competition. Because, yeah, he started well in the UFC, but it's against, like lower competition. His best win was probably Misha Serkunov. But after that, he lost to Corey Anderson, lost to Thiago Santos, lost to Nikita Krylov. I don't know, man. He needs to put a couple of wins in a row, and he needs to start this weekend because Jamahal, he's a decent fighter, but I don't know if he's ranked or anything, but I don't see him as elite. So if Johnny Walker loses to Jamal, I'm going to have to we're going to have to start forgetting about Johnny Walker being a contender. Like, this is not a fight he could lose if he wants to be a contender.
Listen, man, I'm going to tell you, he's actually ranked number 12. He's in 12th, but
Hill
yeah,
is ranked
Hill
12th?
is in 12th, and Johnny Walker is ranked 10th. But like, you know, I always say like go with Johnny. But man, if you look at Hill and the way he's performed, man, the guy is a beast. He's the guy that had remember his elbow almost, like, it was dislocated. It looked like it was broken when he got submitted by Paul Craig. You remember that whole deal?
Yep.
But after that, man, this guy, when you look at him, he is just a nightmare. He's a striking nightmare. He'll knock you out like within the first couple of rounds. He's a better striker than Johnny Walker. The only thing with Johnny Walker is that questionable chin that keeps getting him knocked out. I don't know how many times he's been knocked out now because of that chin. People clock him on that chin, he's going down. And I think, you know, I don't want to say it, but I'm going with Hill on this. I don't think Johnny Walker has what it takes to beat this guy. This guy is he's an upcoming force, man. Other than submission, you know Johnny's not going to go for the submission. You know, Jamahal Hill is not going to go for the submission. They both have like very weak submission skills. It's not that they can't, but it's not going to go down to the ground. This is going down to the canvas with someone getting knocked out. And unfortunately, Johnny Walker's chin, man, has failed him. And this guy is going for that. And I think that's what the win is going to be. It's going to be a KO like in the first couple of rounds.
You say Johnny Walker's chin has failed him, but he's only lost one fight by knockout in the UFC. It's that Corey Anderson fight in 2019. He's lost 3 of his last 4, but 2 of them are by decision to some tough guys in Nikita Krylov and Thiago Santos. He went 5 rounds with Thiago Santos and didn't get put to sleep. So I'm not sure Johnny Walker gets put to sleep here. Like, it's an interesting fight. I think Jamahal Hill is definitely not the same level of competition as a Corey Anderson or a Thiago Santos. I think Johnny Walker has beat guys that are as good or better than Jamahal Hill. But can this version of Johnny Walker do it? He's only 29 years old. He's 6'5". He cracks like a truck, but Jamahal Hill is on the come up. 30 years old, 6'4", big guy, hits hard, has been knocking people out. But Paul Craig TKO'd him. Paul Craig finished him. So, my question is Jamahal Hill up for the challenge of a Johnny Walker? Is Jamahal Hill able to step up and beat a guy like Johnny Walker? I'm not so sure. But right now, the odds makers have Jamahal Hill minus 260, Johnny Walker plus 200. I think this is a huge step up in competition for Jamahal Hill. I think he's up for the challenge, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that he's elite. I'm not convinced that he's top 10. And to be top 10, you've got to beat Johnny Walker. So I'm leaning towards Hill. Damn it, Fred. We lost you again. We lost your audio.
Fred, he's gone.
Something happens with Fred. He disappears and then...
But you know what, Dave? Look, you're talking about the Santos fight. Man, that was like really an extremely... It was so boring. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it went to decision, but there was nothing there. But when you look at, like, you're talking about his chin. The guy has been, like... I'm just looking at here stats and quickly... Yeah, like, you're looking at Johnny Walker's been knocked out 3 times, always to that same point in his chin, in his career. Not in the UFC, but 3 in his career. You know, when you're looking at, like, defensive, like, stand-up game with Johnny Walker, man, it's poor. And the thing with this guy, Hill, man, he goes into a southpaw stance, man, and he has really good knockout power. The guy, if you look at some of his knockouts, the guy doesn't even unleash a heavy hit to knock out someone. That's where I'm getting at. This is what worries me. This Jamahal Hill needs that top 10 ranked fighter to win, and he's going to do it on Saturday. I don't think Johnny Walker has it in him to beat this guy. This guy is something.
Yeah, go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised by all that because I would say I'm going to pick Johnny Walker. I think Johnny Walker's best attribute in this fight is his athleticism, and I think, like, Jamahal Hill's a big, tough guy, but I think Johnny Walker is more athletic. And his last fight, what happened was, like, it was a boring fight. They weren't exchanging much and all that. So I hope we're going to see a Johnny Walker more aggressive. And I don't know. I hope for his career that he has a good fight, and I'm going to pick him. I'm not convinced on Jamahal Hill.
Yeah, I'm not either. I think that there's value with Johnny
And that
Walker.
odd is excellent to take a chance. Like
yes.
The plus what, 230?
200. Plus 200 right now, bet
200?
99. Johnny Walker plus 200, Jamahal Hill minus 260. I think you're right. I think that there's a lot of value on Johnny Walker. I don't think Jamahal Hill is worth minus 260. I don't think that he is that solid of a bet. It's a tough fight to call. I think this could go either way. But yeah, Fred.
Man, look what he did to Jimmy Crute. Look what he did to Jimmy Crute.
Johnny Walker
guys.
makes Jimmy Crute? Who's Jimmy Crute?
Man, he's a heavy hitter, and he starched him, man. So that's what I'm saying, is that if you got to look at overall, man, I'm looking at all the stats, and I'm looking at, like, the guy is 8-1 and 1 no contest. When you're looking at 18-6-0, and the biggest problem, like I said, is the chin of Johnny Walker. That's the thing that's always faulted him. And I'm telling you, as a better striker goes, it's going to go to Hill. And overall, the only thing that I can see Hill losing by is going into the latter rounds. The problem is that every time he's gone into a third round, he's always sort of gassed out. And Johnny Walker too, man. Sometimes he's just been like heavy-footed. He looks like he's gassed out. The last fight didn't look like Johnny Walker when I first saw Johnny Walker. It's not the same Johnny Walker. Mind you, he's 29 years old. He has an 82-inch reach. You know, he's 6'6" to 6'4" to Hill. He's got all the attributes to be that better fighter, but I don't think he has it in him to beat Hill, especially with the Jimmy Crute fight. I watched it over and I'm like, holy shit, man, this guy is a beast.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Fred. I'm gonna go with Johnny Walker. I think Walker's got a shot at pulling off the upset. And I think it'd be funny if Fred and I pick Johnny Walker and he wins and AJ picks against him. Because AJ's been the biggest Johnny Walker fan among us. So I think it'd be funny.
And that's the beginning of Walker going back to
yeah.
like being a contender, you know? Like he's going to put like 5 wins in a row. And Dave and Freddie will have predicted it.
That's right. AJ, you got a parlay? Guys, you want to do a parlay for Saturday night? Do you have anything for me on this card? Because I don't care about the rest of this card. Jim Miller's fighting Nicolas Mota. It's cool to see Jim Miller. Other than that, you know, Joaquin Buckley is going to fight Abdul Razak Al Hassan. I think Buckley probably pulls that one off.
It's going to be a tough one, man.
Minus 167. I like Buckley. Buckley's Angel, too.
Yeah, Buckley is good, man. Man, this is a tough one. This is like...
Give me something.
Man.
Give me a parlay.
Okay, so
fun.
Look, you want to have some fun?
AJ's parlay. Yeah, let's see it. What do you got? Give me good picks.
So I'm going to
Don't give me bullshit, AJ.
I'm not giving you bullshit, man. I'm giving you the solid deal here. And it kills me to say this, but I'm going to go with Hill for the win.
Okay.
By TKO.
Oh, you want to put that in the parlay?
Yep.
I don't have it.
Just because of Walker's chin, man.
I can't do that. I don't have method of victory right now on the site.
Okay, so let's go with Jamahal Hill with
straight up win. Yeah.
Straight up, man.
Anything else?
Then I'm going to go with, actually, I was joking before, but I'm going to go with Jamie Pickett. Actually, no. Whoa. Hold back there, bud. Hold back.
I'm holding back.
Hold back.
Give me
I'm
your
going to go with actually Dial. Yeah, sorry.
Kyle
I had picked Dial. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with Kyle.
Anybody else?
Then I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with this card, man. I'm going to go with Alan Baudet.
Okay.
Or Alain.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it kills me to go against Jim Miller, but I'm going with Mota for the win on this one.
Okay. Anything else?
And then Buckley for sure, man.
Buckley. Okay. 5-fight parlay. You want to do more?
I think I'm going to leave it to that. I don't see anything else interesting on this.
All right.
I'm not going to go with the prelim because I want to survive to the main. But we did pretty good with our prelims last week, man.
Yeah, I did real good. I killed it last week. Right?
But that's it. I'm going with the 5-card parlay. And
There's Team AJ. Jamahal Hill, Kyle Dawkins, Alan Baudet, Nicolas Mota, and Joaquin Buckley. $20 gets you $285.29 with Team AJ. 5-fight parlay. Okay. Fred, do you have anything for me here?
Or Joaquin?
I mean, I'm going with Johnny Walker and let's say Jim Miller here. Johnny Walker, Jim Miller, 2 underdogs.
Walker,
you're going with Jim Miller
parlay.
Wow.
There you go.
Freddie.
The Walker Miller parlay, $20 will get you. This is the Team Fred. Simple parlay for Fred. Walker and Miller, $20 gets you $150, $150.
And Freddie, the guy's going into his 50th fight, man. Just think about that. His 50th fight for Jim Miller. That's insane.
I'm going to go
Actually,
similar to Fred. I'm going to go with a 2-fight parlay as well. Basically the same thing, except a little different. I'm going to go with Johnny Walker and Stephanie Egger. Walker plus 200, Egger plus 154. $20 gets you $152.73 over at Bet99.com. Go with the ringside crew.
Bet99.
There's Team Dave, Walker and Egger. How about that? Okay. Bare Knuckle Mania, Knucklemania coming up on Saturday. Julian Lane versus Mike Perry. Chad Mendez making his debut. And, of course, from Quebec, a Quebec fighter, Jade Masson Wong, who used to fight MMA, and now she is fighting
in boxing as well. Did she fight a few boxing matches?
I think so, but she is now fighting in bare knuckle boxing. There she is in her bare knuckle shirt. Jade Masson Wong.
Hello.
Oops. There she is on Instagram.
Come on, Dave, don't mess that up.
She's like an Instagram model and fighter from Quebec, so definitely support Jade Masson Wong. Coming up at Knucklemania on Saturday night. So shout out to Jade Masson Wong representing Quebec and Canada. Always good to see Quebec athletes.
Vive le Québec.
And in a new sport like bare knuckle fighting. It's pretty cool. She's 1-0 in BKFC, and she's looking to make it 2-0 on Saturday at Knucklemania. Knucklemania, brother.
She's 100-0 in my books, bud.
Okay. I'll be watching Elimination Chamber on Saturday. That's what I'm doing. WWE Elimination Chamber on Saturday afternoon is what I'll be watching. And then we'll be recapping that right after the Chamber around 4 p.m. on Saturday. Also on Saturday, we've got Bellator 274, Neiman Gracie versus Logan Storley, Andre Koreshkov versus Chance Rencounter. Who? And some other fights. Mandel Nallo, another Montreal-based fighter, will be fighting Nick Brown on the undercard. So good luck to Mandel Nallo, a TriStar fighter who'll be fighting for Bellator this Saturday in Connecticut.
Nice.
Canadian fighters everywhere. Look at that.
We love it, man.
All right.
What
Bobby
else
Green.
up,
How about this? Bobby Green. You remember Bobby Green? He beat up Nasrat Akparas on Saturday.
Yeah. What happened?
He is going to be fighting Islam Makhachev next week in the UFC Vegas main event. Beneil Dariush.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I thought that was rumors, man.
No, it's happening. Dariush got hurt. Islam Makhachev has confirmed it on his own personal social media. It'll be Bobby Green stepping in to replace the injured Beneil Dariush. Green coming in on 2 weeks' notice, about a week's notice, really, to take on the very tough Islam Makhachev. And with a win, I mean, Bobby Green finds himself in a title shot opportunity. If he beats Islam, I think he gets a title shot. If Islam wins, I think Islam is probably next in line for
submission.
Edson. Yeah, I think so.
But you got to give Bobby some credit there, man.
700 favorite right now, I see.
Yeah.
And Islam is going to put him to the ground and Kimura him or whatever it's going to be. But round one submission, I call it right now. Props to Bobby Green, though, to take that fight, man. But UFC probably made his day, gave him a nice paycheck. But look, right now, Makhachev, man, there's not a lot of people that could stop him, man. He's a special fighter, and I just don't think Bobby Green's going to be the guy to put an end to his streak.
I don't think there's a guy out there that's going to put an end to his streak.
I want to see him against the top guys, Oliveira, guys like that, Gaethje, Chandler.
Yeah, what did I say? Did I say Barbosa? I meant Oliveira. I think I said Barbosa as a champion, but it's Oliveira. Sorry. Charles Oliveira.
Dariush would have been fun because Dariush is a good grappler. So, maybe he's got enough grappling to go with Makhachev. But, unfortunately, he's out. But, look, props to Bobby Green, man. He's a gamer. I'll give him to take that fight on 1 week's notice, man. Props to him.
Yeah, big time. Even if he loses, man. Even if he loses, like, you know what? He'll get a good payoff. And to come in, like, you're putting your career on the line right there. But that's, when you look at him, like, physically, like, he's in fighter shape to go into this fight with Islam. But, man, I don't know if he has what it takes. I mean, anybody has a puncher's chance. There's no doubt about it. But I agree with Freddie, man. It's probably not going to be a puncher's knockout. unless it's a lucky one by Bobby. But I think it's going to end up on the ground, and Islam is just going to submit this guy. But props to him, man, to come in. You know what? This fight could have been canceled. Everybody wanted to see Islam fight, but it's happening.
On January 6th of this year, we gave our predictions to who is going to be the world champion at the end of the year, and we all predicted Islam Makhachev will wind up at the end of 2022 as a 155-pound champion. So I think he's on his way.
He's on his way.
Yeah.
Yep. And guess what? I got some good news as well today for the UFC. My buddy from the past is deciding to come back. Luke Rockhold is coming back in June, man, his return. So I can't wait, man. I just can't wait.
Why?
Because it's Luke Rockhold, man. He just had a bad luck on the last, on his last
several
fight,
fights.
and shit happens.
Bad luck on his last,
Has there ever been a fight
fights.
between Rockhold and Mousasi? Because, both of you guys might just go crazy for that. It might get violent between AJ and Dave.
Nah, Rockhold.
Well, that's going to be a tough one. Mousasi, man, but he's coming back to fight Paulo Costa in June, so that could be quite an interesting fight.
Jeez, is he really fighting Paulo
For
Costa,
real?
or is that just a rumor?
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard that's what he wants, but I don't think that's actually what he's
Yeah,
getting.
he's interested. But from what I'm
That'd be
hearing,
crazy.
man, I'm sure Dana White. Why not, man? It'll be an interesting fight. It's
Because Paulo
you
Costa
know.
is one of the top middleweights in the world, and Luke Rockhold is not. He hasn't fought since 2019. He hasn't won since 2017.
Oh, Costa's
everybody
not
wants
a
to
top
see him
guy no
fight,
more,
man.
I guess, but
Whoa,
Luke
well, he
Rockhold
just
certainly isn't. Apparently, Rockhold was supposed to fight Sean Strickland in November of last year, but he pulled out with a back injury. So who knows? He's 37 years old. He's going to lose no matter what. If he fights, he's going to lose. Bet.
Bet on Costa.
Yeah. Rockhold, former middleweight champion, didn't have a great run as champion, lost in his first defense against Michael Bisping. Israel Adesanya has had a much better run as middleweight champion. He is the king of the 185 division, and it looks like Jared Cannonier is going to be next for him in June or July. Anybody giving Cannonier a shot? No, I don't think so.
No.
Nobody's touching Israel Adesanya right now. Nobody.
No, man. He's just above the competition, man.
Khamzat's calling him out. Khamzat wants a shot, but I think Khamzat is going to go first for the 170 division, and then if he can go through that, maybe 185. We'll see what Khamzat can do. He's an interesting character because he can have success in both divisions, and he seems unstoppable, but we don't know, what the limit is. What's the ceiling for Khamzat Chimaev? Could he be a double champion? Could he be the 170 champion and the 185 champion? Or is just talking about the 170 championship maybe a little bit ahead of the game? Kamaru Usman is a hell of a fighter, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go one title at a time. Remember a long time ago, Brandon Vera was saying, I'll be the heavyweight and the light heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
And none of the two ever happened, man. So take one fight at a time. I expect him to beat Gilbert Burns, but that's what he should be, focusing on.
Yeah.
Focus on destroying Gilbert Burns, and like that, he'll be the next contender for sure.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the next contender at some point. It's just, he's got to keep winning those fights. But I agree. I think a lot of guys have talked about winning big fights, like Tresean Gore. He was 3-0 coming off the Ultimate Fighter, came into the UFC. He was talking about being a 2-division world champion, and he lost his UFC debut. So it happens, Nate Diaz, not interested in fighting Conor McGregor, says McGregor has work to do. Dustin Poirier, also not interested in fighting Conor McGregor, and it seems like they both want to fight each other. I think Nate and Poirier is going to happen. I'm just waiting for the UFC to put it together. But that seems like the fight.
I want it.
Yeah,
it's
me
a
too.
good fight, man.
It's very good. So I think we're going to get that. That seems to be what Nate and Poirier are saying. And the next big UFC pay-per-view is UFC 272 coming up on March the 5th. And it'll be Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington in the main event.
Should be interesting.
The promos are going to be better than the fight.
Yeah. The
Boring
press
decision
conference.
for Colby.
Yeah, I agree. Colby right now minus 367, the favorite. Masvidal plus 275, the underdog. What was supposed to be the main event this weekend, Rafael dos Anjos versus Rafael Fiziev, got bumped to UFC 272. and is now the co-main event of that card. It was supposed to be Fiziev versus RDA this weekend. That was supposed to be the main event, but then they threw in Jamahal Hill versus Johnny Walker instead. And that's that. That's that, guys. Fred, NASCAR report. What do you got?
Jacques Villeneuve is going to drive in the Daytona 500.
Really?
What? He's back?
Yeah, he qualified. I
can't believe it.
Was the qualification, and he qualified. Tonight is like the dual race, they call it. It's like a race for how they're going to start the Daytona 500. And unfortunately, his car didn't start. So it's not going well for Jacques Villeneuve.
But wait a second. I thought this guy was out of the game for like years, man.
Yeah, he's old, no?
Because, I mean, NASCAR has there's 40 cars a race that race. They got 36 charter teams, which are like franchises. They're there every race. And the last 4 spots, pretty much like anybody that has enough funds to have a car and all that could try to qualify. So Jacques Villeneuve was trying to qualify for one of those 4 spots, and he got it with Bill Davis Racing, something like that, man.
Well,
he's going to be part
Freddie,
of
I'm going to tell you.
On Sunday.
Freddie, I'm going to tell you
Hopefully
something.
his car starts.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm not a big fan of
Okay, you don't like
Jacques
Villeneuve. I know. We heard the story.
Yeah, I wanted to punt him like a football. But the thing is
what happened to that guy? Like, he was really good at driving cars, and then, like, he's became, like, a nobody. I remember when he was, like, a big star in the city.
Cocaine.
Is that what happened?
Well, he was driving for Williams Renault back in the days, which was a top team in those years, and he decided to leave that team for Honda Bar Racing. When Honda came into F1, he decided to go with them because he was friends with somebody, and basically he chose money and friendship instead of the good ride, which is very important in F1. You want to be driving for a top team. You don't want to be driving for a new team. Yeah. Now, last year, Honda won with Red Bull, so Honda now is an established team. But when he went with them a long time ago, they were a brand new team, so they just weren't competitive.
And that's it? And then his career just went to shit after that? I don't understand.
I mean, he spent a lot of years being in a shitty ride, and in F1, if you're in a shitty ride, you're not getting any results. And then he had a little run. He did a couple of races in NASCAR, and he had some good finishes, man. He never won anything, but he finished on some road courses. He had a couple of top 5s and all, man. So I'm happy. I like Jacques, man. It's always good, man. Go Quebec. What happened to Go Quebec, AJ, man? You're like,
no, man.
Maybe if Jacques Villeneuve posted sexy pictures on Instagram, AJ'd be more excited.
Well, first of all, just to say, man, Jacques. I mean, if it was Gilles Villeneuve, his father, man, that was one of my favorite drivers of all time. Gilles Villeneuve, man, I still have a poster of him in my house. Listen, man, Gilles, man, he was a classic driver, man. You know.
In what year?
What? Are you serious? The early days of racing,
like
F1, man. He's an F1.
How old are you? You're not old enough to.
No, but like my family loved him, man. Like
died in '82.
Yeah, how?
Yeah, he died in '82.
Yeah, how did you?
Ferrari, man.
Ferrari.
Oh, that's why AJ knows about it, because of Ferrari.
I'm going to tell you something with Jacques. Jacques never rode for Ferrari, and thank God he never did. And to be honest, I'll tell you what. If you want to look at a real Quebec driver, it was Gilles Villeneuve. Jacques he never said he was from Quebec. He said he was from Monaco, and he was from here, and he was from there. He even said he was from Japan.
That's because of Ferrari. Because Ferrari,
screw Jacques.
Passed away, Ferrari just like paid for everything, and that's normal, you know. Like they lost.
He said that he's not a pure land, Freddie. He's not a pure land in my books.
So. Neither are you.
C'est pas un pure laine.
Neither are you.
He's not a real
Neither
pure
am
laine. Moi, je suis a pure laine.
No, you're not. You're Italian,
I'm
bro.
from Quebec, I say.
Yeah, but you're not pure laine. Like
I'm a macaroni.
No, you're not. I am more than you are.
But listen, I'm going to tell you this. I'm happy to see that Jacques is back racing, so he's not on like some cocaine binge in the Alps.
All right, but take it easy.
But listen, I'm just saying it could happen.
Good night.
But I'm happy that he's back. But you know what? I'm surprised. Like, this guy had so much. I mean, he had clubs in Montreal. He had so much money. I remember he was living La Vita Loca. But he wasn't the nicest guy. And you know what? I can say that because I met him. You'll probably remember me because I wanted to punt that guy like a football.
Okay.
He's no Schumacher. I'll tell you that. He's no Schumacher, you know? And Schumacher, unfortunately, is in a bad place in his life. But in my opinion, the best driver of all time, above, Senna, above, Villeneuve, above a lot of these racers, Hamilton, man, is amazing. But, Schumacher was the best driver of all time. He could still win a race today if he was able to race. But,
Lightning McQueen.
Shit.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen is good.
Man.
That guy's fast, man. You can't beat him.
Jake Hicks.
Toe Mater. Toe Mater is great.
Not faster than Pablo Paisano, man.
And who's that guy? Who does Ali G play in Ricky Bobby? That guy was fast.
Talladega Nights, man. Best
French
movie
guy.
ever, man.
I'm trying to remember his name.
I don't know. It's fucking Ali G in that thing,
And they got a great
classic, man.
They got a great Rolling Stones song to present him in French, man. I love that movie, Talladega Nights.
That's a great movie.
Piss excellence every day.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for
What was
joining
his
us
name, man?
here tonight. I don't know. Thank you everybody. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton dropping the super chat. You are the super chat leader of the night.
I got it. Jean Girard.
All right.
It's Jean Girard.
Good. I'm glad we got that mystery solved.
Yeah.
Don't forget Knucklemania 2 on Saturday, so get ready for that. But really, more importantly, it's the Elimination Chamber. I know AJ was booing it, but, it's actually what we're doing here on the Ringside Report Network. It's the important business at hand, so AJ, you should probably, promote it or something.
Pure Land right here.
Stop
Actually, you know what? I just want. Listen, I just want you to know that
I saw a video of GSP eating raw testicle on Instagram.
What?
Yeah, he's with some
Like,
guy
what, on a
eating
porn?
like a. I don't know what the animal was. The testicle was huge, so I don't know, but
You're joking? Is this
it was
serious?
like a meal. He was eating raw testicle. It looked gross.
Why? Why would you do this, George?
George
Why would you
is
do this shit?
George is an Instagram model at this point. Like, he's not a fighter anymore. He's just like a guy who like posts workout videos on Instagram. It's kind of weird, this version of George. It's like not what I expected him to do with retirement.
Well, eating
like post
listen,
videos of like
eating,
how fit he is. It's like, all right, I get you're fit. Like, cool. I don't know.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. If he's eating balls and he's like promoting that,
yeah,
I don't know what the hell happened there, man.
George is eating balls now.
He's eating
what
balls,
he does.
man.
He eats balls.
What the hell, man?
I don't
Is
know.
it Blue Nuit, man? Part 2?
I saw Georges St-Pierre on Instagram.
There's my book now. Look at that. Where's the balls? That's what it should be called. That's very interesting. Now I'm gonna have to look into this.
I might even.
I was gonna say something and you killed it.
Here we go. Look, it's this carnivore MD guy. Here we go. I'm gonna show you.
Let's see this. Everybody wants to watch this.
Look at it.
C'est pas possible.
Look, it eats raw testicle. Oh, come on.
Dave, get it, man. I want to see this.
Not even cooked?
No, it's raw.
Not fried?
No, look.
Come on,
I mean,
George,
man,
don't
if
do
you
this
put
shit.
it like if you fry it and put it in some
Dude,
batter, maybe, but
oh
no,
my God, what is
raw.
the balls?
I don't know. It's
of a zebra.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
Who is that?
But they're eating it, dude. It's some sort of carnivore MD guy on Instagram, and this came up on my Instagram feed, and I was like, Jesus. And look, he's eating testicle. He's eating
look at that. He
raw
enjoys
testicle. I don't even know what animal this is.
Look how fast
Maybe we
he's
can
eating.
find out.
Look how fast he's chewing.
No, it's
he's
like,
about to throw up.
It's sped up. Yeah, there you go.
Do you spit or swallows, George? Do you spit or swallows?
When you eat
no,
testicle.
He spits.
Organs
It looks like George spits.
Testicle contains valuable hormones, hormonal precursors, peptides.
Look,
I don't know
Lord
what. It
help
doesn't
us.
say what animal this is.
Dude, let's
It
hope
does
it's
not
like an
say.
animal and not human.
I don't want to know, man.
I don't know, but this is GSP eating raw testicle. Like, this is what he's doing with his life now. He's eating balls on Instagram.
That's what Epstein used to do. Why is he doing the shit that Epstein
no, he
used to
didn't
do?
do it
What
on
is this?
Instagram and Epstein. It wasn't balls. I think you're confused about who Jeffrey Epstein was and what he did, AJ, but that's okay.
No,
All right,
I'm
guys.
not, man.
So we'll leave you with that. Georges St-Pierre eating raw testicles on Instagram. And that's how we leave you. I'll be back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right after SmackDown. We're going to be previewing the WWE Elimination Chamber event that goes down Saturday afternoon in Saudi Arabia. We'll be watching that on Saturday. And then after the event, we'll be here reviewing and recapping the whole deal. So that'll be coming up. Big weekend here on the Ringside Report Network. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for the Elimination Chamber preview, and then WWE Elimination Chamber review show coming up on Saturday afternoon. Okay?
Man, oh man. Yeah,
you gonna watch the Chamber, AJ?
The rest of the night. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna tell you. Listen, by the way, just quickly, I subscribe to the WWE Network, so now I can watch like all the wrestling shows.
Wow, look at you, good. Well, watch the Chamber Saturday afternoon. Ronda Rousey's gonna be wrestling. AJ? Brock Lesnar's gonna be wrestling.
Because you don't watch it online, so you could give me the online thing, and I could watch the old shit.
Yeah.
Bingo.
All right.
Angelo dropping 780 super chat. He says, "Great show, guys, and my sympathies again to AJ on the loss of Uncle Benny." Thank you, Angelo. You're the super chat leader of the night. Appreciate you. And yes, once again, this is dedicated to the great Uncle Benny. He will be missed. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night right here on the Ringside Report Network.